Hey everyone, it's Greg here. So it's been a while since I posted anything on the channel, so I thought this time would be the right time to do it, just before the end of the year. And yes, I'll be doing this video in a dressing gown, in true Vincent Morris style. So this year I got into my second year of my degree course in film production, and so far things are going very well. I think I definitely started this year off a lot better than when I started off last year, so that's a positive. Also, next month I will be turning 20, and I don't know what to feel about that. I do have a good feeling that my 20s will be the best time of my life, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna miss not being able to shock people when I tell them that I'm still a teenager. After New Year's I'll be releasing my new acting showreel, location sound showreel, and like last year I'll be uploading my highlights of the year video, my highlights of 2020. Just a bit of a slideshow for the better parts of this year, just be on the positive side about it. So there's going to be some new projects I'm going to be working on in the new year, which I'm really looking forward to. Myself and Sean Bryan, who I co-produced Scarlet and Tack Beer with, will be working on his next film in the next year, called Here They Come, which is a post-apocalyptic horror film, which we're really looking forward to doing. I'll be acting as assistant director on The Narcissist, a film which centres around a toxic relationship and how it affects the characters around them. In the springtime, myself and a few friends from college are hoping to finish up a dark comedy that we tried to make for college last year, called In the Dead of Night. I'll be working on a dark comedy called The Hitman by my friend Anthony O'Reilly. And I'll be acting in a short drama over Zoom called Anniversary, created by my friends Harley Cubberley and Dean Houlihan. There's a couple of projects that I've wrapped on not too long ago that will hopefully be out in the next year. One of which is Widespread, which I did with Anthony O'Reilly. Another is a dark dramedy filmed over Zoom called Apocalypse Horizon by my friend Dean Houlihan. Also a comedy mockumentary called Slua, which is inspired by the Blair Witch Project and was made by Wayne Smith. And just recently I was production assistant on a feature film called The Troubles, a Dublin story, directed by Luke Hanlon. And we wrapped on principal photography, and we should be going into the post-production phase soon, and I am really looking forward to seeing the final result. Recently I directed a new documentary called Slay Your Own Dragons, featuring my friend Bobby Calloway, and a visual short film called The Dying of the Light, which I'm really looking forward to releasing. Also, over the last 2 years, myself and my friend Adam Douglas were developing a TV series together called Unknown Enemies, and we were writing it together. We planned to film in the summer of 2019, but it just didn't go ahead the way we expected it, and we just weren't ready to do it then. Since then we brought on Ewan Murray to help with the production and to join the acting team. We're planning on putting it on the back burner for now, so that we can work on more projects together in the meantime to just get more experience behind us, and from there we can get more traction behind it and bring it to what it needs to be. Aside from films and acting, I've been working on music a fair bit. Over the first few months of lockdown I got to work on the song Right Here, which I've had the pleasure of playing on the Alright podcast, talking with the talent, and in the soundtrack for Apocalypse Horizon, and now I've uploaded a version of it onto my YouTube channel of me playing through it. But in more recent months I've been working on a new song called Kids of Yesterday, which I've fully composed now, and to date it is my favourite song that I've ever written, and I co-wrote it with my friend Harry and Sasha, who helped me come up with some of the guitar melodies for it and made it a whole lot better. So my hopes in the next while is to write more music and hopefully put an EP together in the new year. Otherwise, over the last 2 months I've been doing a lot more writing in terms of scripts. I have written a few new ones that I would love to turn into films soon. I worked on a feature film script with Bobby Calloway called Life on Pluto, and this is a script that I would really love to direct in film and really bring to life as I become really passionate for the story. And more recently I've started working on a new script called Better Seasons, which is adapted from a short film I made 4 years ago called Better Paths, which is my first directed short film. Looking back on the production, I think I could have done a whole lot better. So with this new script I hope to really improve that story and make it a lot better. Anyway, enough of the self-promotion. It's time to look at the elephant in the room. 2020 was a fucking shit show, and probably one of the worst years ever. I can only speak for myself, but I think a lot of people went into this year thinking that this would be the year that good things would happen. Or at least where people would up their game in a way and start off the next decade strong, but alas, well, we all know. While it does feel optimistic to be at the end of 2020, a lot of these major issues are going to leak into 2021. There's just no way around it. I could go on a massive political rant about all the things that went wrong this year, but I don't really want to talk about that here. I'd instead like to speak from a more personal note. I think we've all learned a lot this year, realised a few things around us that we had previously taken for granted, and learned to cherish the little things and those around us. So if you're like me, you probably came to understand the importance of friendship, sticking together and in contact, and making sacrifices to protect those you love and those most vulnerable. So bearing in mind what you've learned from this train wreck of a year, which of these lessons will you take with you into the next decade? I know what I learned, and I know that if I want to make a steady career out of acting and film, I will need to remember all those important lessons to get there. I did have a feeling that 2020 was going to be better than 2019. While that turned out not to be the case, I am happy to say that 2020 has been my most productive year ever. To everybody who's followed me, helped me in hard times, and helped get me to where I am today, I truly can't thank you enough. And this one's for you. Athbhliain faoi, Agus nach mbeidh an bhliain uafásach. Slán Agus mille agat.